Good morning to you. Sorry, that's spit. I don't ever spit or fart. I've never farted or took a poop in my whole life, which is pretty insane, to be honest with you. And I don't have boogers, also. So I've never spit, I don't take poops, and I've never had a booger. That's pretty amazing. Okay guys, today I forgot my tripod at home, so I got my thing all rigged up on boxes here. At some point it's gonna flip sideways, but that's just part of the game when you're from the streets. My dad always told me, son, if you're from the streets, one day you'll forget your tripod and you'll have to set it up on boxes. That's something, if you're from the streets, something you know about very well. What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob. I had a 3-day vacation. I didn't leave the bed. My feet didn't touch the floor from my bed, which is messy. Thank God I don't take poops. I didn't leave the bed for 3 days. I tell you guys all the time that I do suffer from depression. It does get me sometimes, but I feel pretty good today. Feel pretty good. I wish I would have bought a damn soda now. I did something that I'm not proud of, but I'm gonna rectify it. I stole this newspaper. This is the first time I've ever stolen a newspaper. I get there, I got a 10-minute cushion to get from there to here. I get there and there's one guy working the counter. Look at some guy's ID card punching in numbers. 8 minutes he's standing there. Are you sure this is the right debit card to use, sir? I'm starting to grow very impatient and I'm standing there. I'm thinking, you know what, I buy a paper here every day. I'm going to steal this paper and then come back and give them $2 in an hour. Which I will do. I have the $2. I felt like maybe I'd just walk up and throw the $2 on the counter and say, sorry bro, I'm in a hurry. But they scanned the paper right here. So I didn't want to be one of those guys. So I could see the street light turning green for me to be a pedestrian, to walk in this direction. And it went through 3 cycles. And finally I said, you know what, screw it. I folded the paper in half, I walked up out that bitch, and now the cops are looking for me. I just walked out. I am from the streets. I'm not scared to steal a paper. I was pretty scared, to be honest with you. But I will, it's $2, and I will rectify the situation. I feel a little tough, to be honest with you. I should have did is stole a soda or a water. I feel like I'm chewing on a sweater. Back in the 80s and 90s when I got high, you get cotton mouth. I got cotton mouth. I feel like there's a sweater wrapped around my tongue. Okay guys, today on the news we got Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your old pal, the thief, Boogie Bob. No, it's $2. $2. The Daily News, $3. 1, 2, and 3. Won't you take me to Junkie Town? Oh, I gotta turn this thing. I gotta be touch this thing because it's sitting on boxes. I came today, I completely forgot my damn tripod, so I have my thing stuck on this monopod. I'm going to be doing some unboxings today. I got about 5 or 6 items that I'll be unboxing, so tune in for that tonight. This is horrific. First of all, the guy is covered in filth and scabs, and if you look real close, he's got a hypodermic just hanging out of his arm. Why addicts seemingly on every corner in New York has turned into, it's not true. There are a bunch. The other night I saw several. I brought one guy 2 t-shirts. He asked me for food, and then I said, I ain't got no food. He said, can I have your t-shirt? Little skinny guy laying on the sidewalk. He didn't have anything, and I said, no, I ain't got no shirt. And I'm walking home thinking, I got plenty of shirts at home. So he was still there, laying in the same place when I got back. You cannot give money to those guys when they're that high. You can't even give them money. You're actually probably hurting them more. Buy them a sandwich if you can, but when they're that high, they ain't eating no sandwiches. Won't you take me to Junkie Town? They said some scuba divers at the Rockaway. And then they see the sharks hanging out waiting for you to walk on by. Mommy, can I wade in the shark thing? Yeah, baby, but only go up to your ankles. Shark is laying on the ground and waiting to grab your damn ankle. Alright. I'm just going around the aisle. I ain't left the house in 3 days. Hi, Stubby. I don't know if you know this or not. Donald Trump is facing 91 felonies. Life in prison. It's the deep state. They're all out to get him. 4 different states. There's 87 witnesses, all Republican. I don't think there's one Democratic witness. But they're all Republican. Those are rhinos. They're rhinos. How about this? A man bites a cop. Man bites a cop and is freed. Now, typically, if you bite a cop, you get beaten with clubs. So I don't know how this happened. A crazy man with a history of assaulting city workers bit a police officer's ear. His name was Mike Tyson. Sorry. Bit a policeman's ear, leaving him in need of 20 stitches. That's a lot. 20 stitches, and was released without bail. Dante Brynan, 32, was screaming obscenities as he approached 2 NYPD officers who were headed into the subway station on West 137th Street. That's way uptown. That's past Harlem. You're up by Washington Heights. I'll F you up, he says. I'm going to F you up, you effing B. Nice guy. Nice guy. He then walked towards the side of a parked patrol car, prompting one of the cops to get one of the vehicles, to get out of the vehicle to calm him down. According to records, when he tried to arrest Brynan, he bit the cop on the left ear, causing a laceration, bruising, and bleeding. This poor cop, I guarantee you, he thinks he's got AIDS. Can you imagine? One of the worst bites, one of the worst disgusting infections you can get is from a human bite. 3 wounded in a bloody night. I'm not doing that. That's a regular old night. There's been one thing about having a tough state, on drugs and guns, especially guns. You know, you can get guns anywhere in Texas or Florida. You go to Walmart, get yourself a gun. Here in New York, they don't. You got to get it off the street. You got to know someone. You got to steal it. You can get a gun. But the sharp rise in knifings in New York because it's hard to get a gun. A sharp rise in knife crimes In 2019, we had 41 murders by knife. Today, this year, it's 53. Guy right here looks like he getting ready to stab me right now. Broadway's Peluso dies at 40. Tears from a theater veteran. Broadway actor Chris Peluso, known for his roles in Mamma Mia and Wicked, has died at the age of 40. God bless him, that's way too young. I don't understand this one. The Biden administration, I think, has decided to sell all this metal from this stupid wall. The wall that it's supposed to be 4,000 miles, and Mexico's going to pay for it. He did 211 miles with, not going to get into that wall. The wall that Mexico didn't pay for and we did, and I'm sure his company built it. White House unloads unused border planks. The Biden administration is quietly auctioning off millions of dollars worth of unused parts from the former President Donald Trump's border wall. Here's the wall. How many people do you think that wall stopped? Think it stopped him or him? Guys, we can't go through. There's a wall right there and a wall right over there. Don't go through here. Guys, I don't see a very good bunch of news. I see a bunch of shit. Hold on a second. Kevin Butler, you better stop it. Kevin Butler, when I leave here today, I will go and feed some people. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. I just went over the numbers with Rev. The channel's been up and running 9 months, and we've made $306. That's almost $1 a day I make from YouTube. And every penny will go to someone else. And I appreciate the gesture very much. Thank you, Kevin Butler. Oh boy. Taylor Swift got some stalkers. Wasn't me. Promise you it wasn't me. A man. Now come on, does this guy look like a stalker? A man was arrested Friday after he entered Taylor Swift's Tribeca building. Ashley Arbor, 43, was charged with 2 counts of trespassing and then released. The smiling Arbor was more than happy to speak to the Post following his arraignment. Never speak to the paper after your arraignment. Boogie Bob, why did you go into Taylor Swift's thing? No comment. Are you a Taylor Swift fan? No comment. Yes. I was disappointed, he said, of the not finding Taylor Swift. I love her. I want to marry her. He sounds creepier than I am. Boogie Bob, did you ask Pam Anderson to marry you? I did. Did she say no? She did not. Neither did Mary J. Blige. They never say no. Yeah, well, maybe. Not today. Not today. Smiling Arbor was more than happy to speak to the Post. I was disappointed, he said, of her not finding her. I love her. I want to marry her. I want her to be my anchor. Someone that will have me stay put. I have never had anyone that kept me grounded before, and I think she's the one. God bless you, Cousin Vinny. Arbor claims he took a Greyhound bus from Atlanta to see Swift, 33, and proclaim his love for her, bizarrely boasting that he had a prior relationship with her. Oh boy, this is a murderer, folks. He was busted after a resident tricked him into leaving the building. What's up, man? How are you?
Right.
Good, how are you?
Oh, great, sir. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
All right.
This is horrible. Stepson rap and baseball bat slay of luxury realtor. The Sotheby realtor. Sotheby. When you hear the name Sotheby, it's something. Was bludgeoned to death with a baseball bat. And a Sotheby realtor was bludgeoned to death with a baseball bat, and her stepson is now charged with the brutal murder. At their gated community home in Jersey. Irma Daniels, 48, was found dead inside of her $864,000 three-bedroom Cresskill residence. I don't want to hear it. As of today, as of last night, they had confirmed 114 deaths in Maui. Over 1,000 people still missing. This is horrible. I ask you guys, if you have anything in you today, to please say a little prayer that we find even one more person, 10 more people, 1,000 people, to have such a horrific, horrible thing. And then, of course, on the internet, you get all these conspiracy fights. The government did it to kill them for their land. Guys, I'm always open to listen to a conspiracy, but that's just idiotic. You know, it occurred to me last night, I should do more story times with Boogie Bob, and today I'm going to do a short one. The year was 1978. I lost my virginity, and I lost it to someone who was losing her virginity at the same time. It was a her, by the way. It was a her. I was a camp counselor, and my name was Bobcat. And the girls used to say, "Love that Bobcat, love that Bobcat." And I was just turning 16. She was 16 or 15, depending on the statute of limitations. Her name was Twilight. I was Bobcat, she was Twilight. She was Laura, I was Bob. And we had a very magical 2 minutes. And I don't know if you lost your, cherry to someone who was losing theirs at the same time. But we were in love. It lasted about a year. My first real love. I beat the hell out of a guy who insulted her at a football game in Fairfield High. Beat the crap out of her. Worst beating I ever gave anyone. Anyways, she went on to do her thing. I went on to do my thing. Hadn't talked to her in about 30 years. Connected on Facebook. And was telling her how I went about my life and how I'm in New York. And she's out in, I think she just moved to Nevada, but she stayed in the Bay Area. She got married, and the man she married turned out to be a serial killer. Killed at least 3 people they know of and 2 others, and tried to kill her. She sent me the links. They actually did a TV show, one of those forensic files, or yeah, they caught his ass, killed a couple people out on dirt roads. And I was laying in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning just thinking about how your life takes this turn. We were these young, star-crossed lovers. She turned me on to Bill Gates and Bread and Michael Jackson. I want to rock with you. She taught me how to do the rock all night. I was all stiff because I was white. I want to rock with you all night. You can ride the boogie. You can ride the boogie. Anyways, I pray that she has healing and love. She went through a very, very, very difficult time while I went through the greatest life anyone's ever had. If I die tomorrow, I think I had probably the best life of anyone. Except Brad Pitt. After him and RJ, comes me. People who suffer from inflammation often spend more time scrolling through social media in hopes of interacting with friends and family. I spent 18 hours on, I just saw the numbers today. I said, check your numbers of what you did. I spent 18 hours on Instagram last week. What a loser. Like 10 hours on YouTube, 18 hours on Instagram, and 2 hours on Tinder. When the body slows down to heal inflammation and other illnesses, people tend to spend more time looking at their phones. I spent 65 hours yesterday on a gay porn website. So I don't know how that happened. 65 hours seems like a lot for one day. Does anybody know Selma Hayek's phone number? Selma's like 60. Look at her. You go, girl. Let's see. Does anybody know Taylor Swift's phone number? Because I could sell it to that stalker guy for $600. If you know Taylor Swift's phone number, I would like to sell it to the creepy anchor guy. Britney Spears, God bless her. This girl has been through hell and back. A car crash, a wedding, and then 14 months of hurt and loneliness. My loneliness is killing me. To believe, something, I lose my mind, give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. This poor guy, listen, Britney, I'm sure, is still a sweet, lovely girl, but she's mentally insane. She is maybe bipolar, or it's a concoction of all these drugs she's been on, the pills and stuff. But she's not the same Britney. She can't even do an Instagram post without being ridiculed because she's so insane on it. This guy hung in there for 14 months. By the way, he's got an ironclad prenup. He gets zero. On the way out the door from his $80 million mansion he shares with her, he gets a ham sandwich on rye. So that's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, he was going to get nothing. His lawyer got involved. He's going to get a ham sandwich on rye. No cheese. No cheese. She got good lawyers. Good lawyers. I think he's going to take her to court for some Munster cheese. I'm not going to do any of the Ukrainian thing today. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not doing any Meghan Markle thing today either. Barbie is no longer queen of the box office. Now that Blue Beetle has crawled into its way on top. Blue Beetle is I think it's Marvel or DC. It's a DC comic. Took in $10 million. We've got to all my friends on the West Coast, California. We got Hurricane Hillary. When Donald Trump heard that Hurricane Hillary was coming through, he said the best way to stop it is to lock it up. He one time when there was a hurricane said that we should put nuclear weapons into the eye of the hurricane and that would destroy it. And remember, he was the guy that went to Puerto Rico and gave out 5 rolls of paper towels. So he's kind of a hero out there. You get a paper towel and you get a... The worst hurricane hits Mexico and then Cali. Hurricane Hillary is set to pummel Mexico's northern Pacific coast Sunday morning before the storm hurtles north towards Southern California. That's today, I think. Although I just woke up, so it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. Do you guys know how they pick hurricanes? the names. So it's H this time, and it's a girl or a female. Next will be I, H-I-J-K. I, like next time it'll be a boy, it'll be Hurricane Irving. And then Hurricane Jill. Hurricane H-I-J-K. What do they? Who is K? Hurricane. What name starts with a K? Anybody? It's got to be a guy. Neil? No. Kenny. Hurricane Kenny's coming up. This could possibly be the worst news I've ever done. Why don't we go around the world? That's what a guy said to me in college. Now, I had been drinking Heineken, 2 drinks. I had drank 2 Heinekens, and I went around the world for 3 weeks without leaving the apartment. News of the world, India. A new web show is exposing some of the behind-the-scenes difficulties associated with grand weddings in the country. Made in Heaven, streaming on Amazon Prime, chronicles the adventures of a group of wedding planners as they help orchestrate some of New Delhi's elite. Listen, India is one of the poorest countries in the world. Poorest continent. Some continent, I think. Anyways, but it's also got some of the richest people on the planet. Whenever you have a lot of poor, there's always going to be some douche who made his life being rich off the poor. France. Paris booksellers who traditionally set up their outdoor kiosks along the River Seine, are pushing back on government plans to remove the familiar green sheds when the city hosts the Olympics next summer. The boutiques, which sell secondhand books and old magazines, have been a Parisian feature for more than 450 years. Now, some of you don't know what a book is. A book is a little thing you can read. It has pages. It's from a bygone era. Taiwan. Taipei's antique jade dealers are facing a market slowdown following COVID and increasingly hostile relations with one of its biggest markets in China. Relations between the two countries have suffered since I don't care. That's stupid. I don't care. Russia. You can't. They mad because they can't get jade. I'm sorry. I didn't finish the story. I apologize. Russia. The nation's Orthodox Church announced this week it's probing a priest who blessed a new statue of hate hardline leader and committed atheist Joseph Stalin. So a priest blessed a statue of Joseph Stalin. That's probably not a good idea. Father Anatoly was seen sprinkling holy water on the statue of Stalin, who ruled the Soviet Union from 1924 till his death in 1953. He presided over an authoritarian regime that saw millions imprisoned and murdered. Also, famine, dying of famine. By the way, this is a true story. True story! Hi, girl. Hey, girl. She shunned me. She actually went, psh. I went, hi, girl. She went, psh. Russia. Russia, it's true, some of you don't know it, some of you might, just sent a spaceship to the moon. And it landed on the moon, but it wasn't supposed to. They just shot a spaceship into orbit of the moon and it crashed onto the moon. That happened last night. Some of you don't know. Some of you think I'm lying. It's not even in the paper yet. Russia had a spacecraft. It spun out of control and slammed into the moon. That's a fact. Guys, if you want to join the channel, the Boogie Bob channel, merchandise membership is back. Click to check out the current. If you're not a member of the Boogie Bob show, what are you, insane? It's fun. It's a lot of good fun. Ukraine. Patron. The bomb-sniffing dog is becoming a social media star. He appears regularly on social media as voiceovers dispense advice to residents on what to do if they see explosive devices. I say what you do is you get the hell out of it. Sex harassment suit hits a homeless office bigwig. The director of the city's Department of Homeless Services sexually harassed a trio of underlings. A trio! Once pulling a shelter director's shirt up and forcing her to flash her co-workers. You guys cannot do that. You cannot say, hey girl, to your workers or to a co-worker. Certainly not to your underlings. I don't like that word. You can't say, oh, hi Miss Jones, thank you for working for me, nice ass. I hired you because you have nice ass, Miss Jones. You can't do that, bro. Miss Jones gonna own your damn company. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. What's poppin', man? How you feeling? You good?
Hey, listen, man. My name is David.
What's up, David?
I'm struggling with addiction and homeless.
God bless you, player.
Not to for your concern, your obligation, and trust and honesty.
I can barely hear you, homie.
It says not to for your obligation and concern, really, but I'm just asking my honesty.
Let's see what I got for you today, OG.
I'm about to say I just lost. Sisters that look like these.
1 and 2, Playboy.
Please, man.
Enjoy, my
Your
friend.
name, Dick?
No, I'm Bob. I'm Bob.
My brother, man.
Be good, my friend. Thank you, brother. Don't like the stereotype, but I thought I was going to get got right there. He was touching all my stuff, picking up my glasses. He's also carrying a beer. He's almost falling down the steps. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Drugs and alcohol. I don't know if you could hear him. He said, I'm struggling with addiction. I usually don't have money. $2 probably bought him another beer. Death Club, well known to police. We talked about the Death Club. That's the new name for this place in Brooklyn. Hey honey, you want to go clubbing tonight? Where do you want to go? Let's go to the Death Club. Let's go to the Death Club. By the way, that donation to this gentleman, David, sorry guys, that's from our dear friend Kevin Butler. Kevin, thank you so much. My brain is not working well. Kevin Butler, you just bought a beer for David. And maybe David's going to get a sandwich. Police were called to an illegal Astoria club 7 times in the weeks before Queens woman collapsed. So this is not the Death Club in Brooklyn. This is the Death Club in Queens. They've got to get new names for these places, folks. You want to go to the Death Club? Sure, which one? The one in Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, New Jersey, or Long Island? Why is there so many? Which one has the most bodies? Oh, that's Queens. Queens, you want to go to. Police were called to the illegal Astoria club 7 times in the weeks before a woman collapsed and was left to die inside, but either found no evidence or wrongdoing or couldn't enter because the hotspot kept its doors locked. A week before Stephanie Quinones, there she is, beautiful Stephanie, she's dead. She died on inside the 49th Street Club on July 31st. Police showed up 3 or 4 times in an hour after complaints about a loud party. Each report from the visit was marked closed. That's the old trick they do. They just shut the doors. Guys, the cops are coming. Shut the door. Turn off the music. That's horrible. They got a call from a loud party at the club's address at 6:22 a.m. All clubs in New York are supposed to end at 4. But police found no evidence. Authorities have also made arrests there. I'm not doing it. It's not a great day for one of the greatest days of my life. This is how sad my life is when King Joffrey was poisoned on Game of Thrones. I was yelling so loud they almost called the cops. My neighbors. He just out of nowhere started choking and died. I was like, oh my god, because I wanted to kill him for like 8 episodes. It was a horrible, horrible. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. This is where you should go get a soda. This is where you should go get a soda. I'm just looking around the dial. Why don't we do it? There ain't nothing to do it but just to do it. I'm reading everybody. You ain't got to spin no wheel. I'm gonna read them all. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sunday is a great day to get out and help someone. Just be kind to someone. You ain't gotta get out. Pick up the phone and call someone and give them a compliment. Leo. The sacrifices you made earlier in the year are about to pay off both emotionally and financially. The opportunities that come your way over the next few days are a reward from the universe from doing the right things and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I was raised in Queens and she was raised out in Brooklyn. Virgo, that's LL. Virgo, Mars, planet of ego and energy, remains in your birth sign just one more week. So make it a week to remember for all the right reasons. You don't want to look back 7 days from now and wish you had been more ambitious, do you? Do you? Libra, you will question a lot of the assumptions. When you assume, you make an ass of you and me. And when you make an assumption, you make an ass of you and umption. Selfish bastard. You will, Libra, you will question a lot of the assumptions on which your life is based this week. And that's okay, but don't fail. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that you have to junk everything that went before you. Start again from scratch. You may regret it if you do. Scorpio. Your show is shit. You know what? I think that's uncalled for. I have no idea why you would find the need to do that. By the way, I'm doing unboxings today, right after this. I hang up on you, I'm going to do some unboxings, and you'll see them on the show tonight. I'm doing 2 watches. This is a beauty. I'm not doing this one. 2 brand new watches. It's unboxing. That means they're in the box. I'm going to unbox a, you guys like Rakim? I bought a Rakim and Eric B. I don't know why. I ain't got no money. Action figure. And I was going to give it to Eric B. I don't know if he's seen it. Sometimes these rappers, they got action figures, they didn't even sign off on it. People are using it like this because they can. Don't forget we have the life-size Boogie Bob dildos. They're very, 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 very small. They're hard to see. But we have those, and I can autograph them, but I can't fit Boogie Bob on them. And only I can fit BOO. It just says Boo on each of the life-size Boogie Bob vibrators. Scorpio, you will need to find a way to balance your own self-interest with the interests of colleagues and people in positions of power. You do, in fact, share a great many goals in common, so start with what unites rather than what divides. P.S. Your show is still shit. You know what? That's uncalled for, to be honest with you. I don't... It may be true. It's true, but it's uncalled for. Sagittarius, Mars is in the career area of your chart, will encourage you to fight your way up the ladder of success over the next few days, and it's possible that you will end up in a position of influence very soon. What will you do when you get there? That's none of your damn business. Who are you to be in my business? I don't understand. Capricorn, your rivals have enjoyed the upper hand in recent weeks, but the cosmic picture is changing, and it won't be long before you are calling the shots again. For the next few days, though, keep a low profile and resist the urge to hit back at your critics. Chill, take it easy. Aquarius, the story you have been told by a friend contains only half of the truth, so make it your goal over the coming weeks to find out what is going on. Are the facts really on their side as they claim? If not, why are they being so deceitful? Also, it says, why are you a douchebag and you have not hit the like button watching the Boogie Bob show? You've been watching for an hour now to the Boogie Bob show and have not hit the like button. That means you're a piece of crap. First of all, I didn't write that, and I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree. Just because you're sitting there watching the show, you don't have to hit the like button. Are you a douche if you don't? Probably. Yes, probably. But it doesn't, I don't concur. By the way, they say if you hit the like button twice, it'll send this video to your enemies. And then they will suffer like you did. I have a sore tooth. I got 3 teeth left, and 2 of them are sore. Pisces, I agree with what they said about Aquarius. Why haven't you hit the like button? First of all, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is Bush League journalism, folks. I don't condone that. I don't condone that. What do we got here? 52 people, 38 likes. It's a testament to how bad I suck. Pisces, all you gotta do, it's not like you go to dig a ditch. You don't have to go and dig a ditch and put in an 8-hour day to hit the like button. You just reach out and you go, whoop, and like button. Some people do it out of spite. They're like, screw that guy. I'm not hitting the like button for him. He's a piece of crap. By the way, I've said from the first day I've ever done YouTube, if I ever say the phrase, smash the like button, you are allowed to hit me in the face with a bottle. Hey guys, why don't you smash the like button? That's something I'll never say. Pisces, for quite some time now, you've had to put up with someone you don't much respect poking their nose in your affairs. But that disagreeable situation won't last much longer. By the next week, you will be the one who is giving the orders. Pisces sounds like they've taken control of the situation. Aries, try not to fear the worst over the next few days, and certainly don't believe those who say the sky is about to fall on your head. Make a conscious effort to ignore the doom mongers. Life is, was, and always will be a thing of great joy. That's not necessarily true. Life is not always a thing of great joy. It can be, and sometimes it is, and when you hit those loops, try your best to pull yourself out of it. When I was little and I read the book Chicken Little, The Sky is Falling, I cried. I ran home to my mom from school and I said, oh my God, the sky's gonna fall. Because I was a moron. Taurus, the week ahead looks like being a super productive time. So start each day early and aim to get through your to-do list by mid-afternoon at the latest. Then you can reward yourself with an evening of fun, games, and maybe even some romance. So far, that's the winner chicken dinner of the day. Very good. Gemini, some of the people you have to deal with this week will be touchy in the extreme, but now you know that you can promise yourself that you won't respond to provocations. Misery loves company, but you don't have to let that company be you. Fancy. And Cancer, your money situation won't give you as much cause for concern over the next few days as it has done in recent weeks. Also, your social life is about to improve. For once, it won't be you picking up the lion's share of the bills. I have never in my life in New York went to lunch with someone and not paid. Because I'm a moron. Two people go to lunch. Shouldn't one buy their own lunch? I have this thing in me where I go, I'll get it. You know what they say every time? Thanks! I love it when they say, no way, I got my own food. If it's your birthday today, make a list of all the projects you should have completed over the last 12 months and promise yourself that you will get them done over the coming year. Set yourself a single target for each and every day and don't go to bed until it's done. That would be me. Sleep. I'm like Rip Van Winkle. I'm a sleeper. I slept the last 3 days. I didn't get out of bed. Why don't we do some birthdays? Let's see whose birthday it was. Today is what? Today is August? I don't know. It's famous birthdays. Famous birthdays, 8. What is today? The 20th? 20th. Guys, if I could just make it through the next couple months, I get all my money in October, November, December. If I could just get through October. So it's August, September, October. I got 2 more months. 2 more months of eating out of the Taco Bell garbage can before I'm rich again. I make all my money in the wintertime. Okay, here we go. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, happy birthday. She's 31. Andrew Garfield. He was one of the Spider-Mans. 40. He's 40 today. I don't see anybody good here. I don't see not one good person here. Amy Adams. She's 49. Happy birthday, Amy Adams. Oh boy. It's been a long time since a rock and roll. Who's that? Anybody? There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. Robert Plant, you sons of bitches. Robert Plant is 75. He came into my bathroom. 2 different times I had a Led Zeppelin member in my bathroom. I had Jimmy Page come in one time. I had Robert Plant come in one time. Robert Plant was unrecognizable. He was the most handsome, sexy rock and roll frontman of all time. And he's still alive. He's still hanging in there, and he can still sing his ass off. But Robert Plant was just absolutely brilliant. He's 75. iconic rock star who gained fame as a vocalist and songwriter for the classic band Led Zeppelin, known for such hits as Stairway to Heaven, When the Levee Breaks. He was named the #1 lead singer of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. I would not disagree. I would not disagree. Fred Durst. Fred Durst I also met in my bathroom. Fred Durst is the lead singer of Limp Bizkit. Now, I had a Limp Bizkit, but that was in college. Fred Durst gets a lot of shit thrown on him all the time. Fred Durst was a very, very talented singer, songwriter, even a tattoo artist. He also went on to be a big director. Fred Durst. I did it all for the nookie. The what? The nookie. And you could get the cookie, or you could kick my ass. Oh boy, this one hurts my heart to this day. This is Dimebag Darrell. Dimebag Darrell was a shredder on the guitar, considered to many one of the greatest heavy metal guitarists of all time. He was the guitarist for a group called Pantera, and they were as hard could be. Him and his brother Vinny, who played the drums, they left the group because Vincent Anselmo was a racist, the lead singer was a racist and a neo-skinhead douchebag. So they started their own band called Damage Plan. They were playing in a bar, and they were really starting to gain fan support. They went from one of the biggest heavy metal bands in the world to an obscure band where they started really, really taking off. A gunman walked into the bar, pulled out a shotgun, and shot and killed Dimebag Darrell on stage. The night it happened, I cried like a baby. Not that I was his huge fan, I just thought how horrific and horrible for something like that to happen. He was murdered by a deranged fan. One of the most well-loved, he's a Texas boy, Texas rocker. And Vinny died, I think, of cancer not too long ago. Al Roker, who I've met a million times. I met Big Al Roker and Skinny Al Roker. Al Roker is the famous weatherman for TV host for like the Today Show. Very funny, very nice. Every word out of his mouth, I think, because when I was really heavy, every word out of my mouth was comedy. I think a lot of times we do that because, like Roseanne and John Goodman, you do that because you think people are judging you because of your size or your weight, and you want to have a joke. I cracked the joke at myself before you could crack it at me. And I felt Al Roker was that. He's still doing his thing, 69 years old. This other guy also came in my bathroom. I actually have a dollar bill with his autograph on it. It is Isaac Hayes. Shaft. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. What a wonderful, one of my all-time top 5 celebs that I met just because he was so kind and nice. Some celebrities will forever be the one who, all of them, with the exception of Reggie Jackson and Michelle Pfeiffer, some of them are pieces of shit, Sugar Ray Leonard, but David Carradine, God bless the dead, but he was a piece of shit. Some of them, most of them, you say, they hear I love you all day long. Oh, I love you, oh, thank you, that's what they hear. They're surprised when they don't hear it. A lot of them hate hearing it because they hear it every day. They can't go to the store without someone. Eminem can't leave his house. I'd love to meet Eminem. And some, very few, want that moment with you. And he was one of those ones. I was walking down the street one time and Danny Bonaducci was walking towards me from the Partridge Family. I go, oh, Danny, hey man, I do the walk by. I don't try to stop and talk. I do the, hey, how are you? It's nice to see you. And I keep it moving. Oh, big fan. Well, hey, how are you? It's nice to, and then you walk by him. Danny stopped me. I go, Danny, oh my God, a big fan, bro. He goes, hey, hold on. He walks back. I go, what's your name? I go, I'm Bob. Bob, where you from, man? I go, well, I live here now, but I'm from the Bay Area. Bay Area, I love the Bay Area. I gotta be honest with you, Bob. Last time I was there, it was a little chilly, and he's just talking to you like, my God, you know. Corey Feldman was that to me. Corey Feldman was the nicest little guy ever. You know, just absolutely sweet, nice, and Tom Jones, super nice. This here was a great day because Isaac Hayes is a little imposing. You think he's like, oh my God, he is Shaft, or he's just a super duper nice guy. He was. Singer-songwriter, co-founded the music label Stax Record along with David Porter in the 60s. Wrote popular songs like Soul Man and the duo Sam and Dave, and of course the theme song for Shaft. Signed my dollar bill, I have it to this day. He passed in 2008. Benjamin Harrison. Anybody know what president he was? He was the 95th president. I could be wrong. He was the 23rd president. His administration was remembered for the economic legislation it put forward, including the McKinley tariff, which I don't even know what that is, and the Sherman Antitrust Act, which I think about every day. Let's see here. That's it. Now we're going to do the death days, and guys, this is not a knock on anybody. This is just when they passed. We acknowledge them. Sometimes you die and no one ever mentions you again. Oh boy. I've had about 4 or 5 idols besides my father, Muhammad Ali, Richard Simmons. Jerry Lewis will always be mentioned as one of the greatest icons of my life. I did see him in person once, did not get to talk to him. But Jerry Lewis dedicated his life to children. You're going to read a lot about him. He was an asshole. He could be a real douchebag. He was a brilliant comic. One of the few that I watch on a movie and just laugh myself crazy. Jerry Lewis, I think Joe met Jerry Lewis. Very jealous of that. Jerry Lewis got an award one time, and I'll never forget. He said, "Though I pass this way but once." I can't even remember the phrase now. "I will pass this way but once. Therefore, any good that I can do, let me not neglect it, but..." As far as I got. Someone can post that up. If you just type in, "I shall pass this way but once." In fact, I'm going to do it now, because I think it's beautiful. I always said, I've never had a tattoo, I'd get this. "I shall pass this way but once. Any good that I can do or any kindness I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall pass this way but once." How beautiful. Thank you, Rev. "I shall pass this way but once. Any good that I can do, any kindness I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again." Jerry Lewis, he didn't write that, by the way. Jerry Lewis said that one time as he accepted an award, a Lifetime Achievement Award, and I cried. I was probably high, but nevertheless, I cried, and I thought, oh my God, that's beautiful. And I called my mom in California and said, "Mom," I had the internet. I said, "I don't know what he said. He said he shall pass this way but once, and should he do all kinds of good stuff." She said, "Bobby, that's a very old proverb written in like the 1600s, 1700s by an English." My mom was very smart. But anyway, Jerry Lewis passed on this day. A comedian, actor, and muscular dystrophy telethon guy. He donated billions really getting ready to start yelling at this lady for not checking her kid for kicking
That
pigeons.
lady should be coming out. It's 4 o'clock.
He performed one of the greatest comedy duo teams with Dean Martin. He received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Los Angeles Film Critics. That's the award I'm talking about. God bless him. Phyllis Diller. I did meet Phyllis Diller for about 8 seconds when I first moved to New York. Phyllis Diller
Don't hurt yourself.
died in 2012. Legendary wild-haired actress. Her whole stick was to talk about how ugly she was. Phyllis Diller would come out and crack jokes about her ugliness, which was a defense mechanism. She was also brilliant, one of the funniest comics, male or females, of all time. I'm just going around the dial. Let's see if we can get another one. Leona Helmsley. See, guys, when you're dead, so it doesn't matter. But when I'm dead, I don't want to be known as a horrible human being. And Leona Helmsley was called the Queen of Mean. She was a horrible, mean, nasty woman to every person she encountered. A businesswoman who focused on the real estate industry. She was later convicted of tax evasion. A billionaire, there's her mugshot. I think when she died, she left $100 million to her Yorkies. Nothing to her staff that took care of her whole life. Her tyrannical behavior earned her the nickname the Queen of Mean. She once created a huge scene with a misbehaving waiter in front of the lawyer Alan Dershowitz. I don't know what that is. Kid Cali. I saw someone just mention Kid Cali. I don't know anything about Kid Cali. LA-based rapper who was shot and killed at the age of 30 during a house party in Granada Hills. I didn't know anything about him. I do know Frankie Banali, drummer with the multi-platinum heavy metal group Quiet Riot. Of course, the singer of Quiet Riot, I forget his damn name. He also, that was his best friend. He died of a drug overdose many years ago. Very sad. Very sad. Kevin Dubrow, thank you, Rev. Thank you. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock the boys. We get wow, wow, wow. So you say you got a pretty thing. Frankie Banali was a hardcore heavy metal drummer. He went on to drum with other people as well, but his best friend was Kevin Dubrow. They formed Quiet Riot together. They hit the big time. Randy Rhoads was their guitarist. He left them for Ozzy. And then Kevin Dubrow just spiraled into severe drug addiction. And Frankie did a documentary many years later. And it was horrific how he basically cried the whole he had such a hard time talking about his friend who he lost. Very, very sad. It tugged at my heartstrings. Who else we got here? Guys, don't worry. I'm going to put you out of your misery. We're almost out of here. Pope Pius. I'm not doing it. Pope Pius. I think that's all she wrote. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I have been going through a lot. I don't talk about my thing on here, but depression is a very real thing. Look at how fine I am. I'm handsome. I'm a player. I've got the hottest girlfriend in the world who loves me more than anything. I own a big business. I got Rev. I've got a channel with 1,663 subscribers. And I go through depression. Sometimes it creeps up on me, and it's usually not about me, it's about others. I'm very empathetic. I'm an empath. So when someone else is hurting, that burden falls on me. And my feet had not touched the ground in 3 days. I did not get out of my damn bed. I woke up hungry. I was like, last night I woke up at like 4 in the morning and go, man, I ain't ate in 3 days. I'm hungry. I am going to snap out of it. Today it was all I could do to push myself to walk across the street to come over here and do this. I am going to continue to push myself to get out of this rut, to get my sleeping habits back to normal, to get my show back. I haven't done a show in a long time. I will be doing shows. I will be doing better and being better. I can't get more handsome. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you or a loved one has thoughts of hurting yourself, please don't. It too shall pass. I have thought of hurting myself a million times. And then I keep thinking, what would all these ladies do without me? That would be pretty selfish. Hi Arjan, God bless you. Praying for you, my friend. Mr. Bone Man, you are the man. Cousin Vinny, God bless you. Oh my God, Cousin Vinny, I would die to have one of those sausage sandwiches, bro. They were the best. The best. Colleen suffers from it too. Colleen, if you ever need to talk, you've got my Insta. You hit me on Insta. I'll call you. We'll talk. If anyone in here ever has those thoughts where you feel like you're alone, you are not. Get on my Insta. It's Boogie Bob. Or get a hold of us through the through Rev. Through that thing, that chat thing he does, whatever the hell it's called. The Discord. And I promise you I will reach out. We will talk. No judgment at all. I love you all very much. I ask you to please be kind. That's not a tagline. That's not some shit that I say because it sounds cool. I ask you to be kind. Be loving and be good. I don't want you to be remembered as Leona Helmsley, some wicked, horrible, queen of mean, piece of shit lady. Steve Jobs was worth billions of dollars. There's not one person on the planet, even his daughter, who would ever say a nice word about him. Do you want to be that? It's not worth it. Be kind, be loving, and be good to yourself because you are special. Ambrose has depression. It doesn't necessarily mean he's sad. Absolutely. Depression does not mean you're sad. Could mean you're sad. Depression, you get into this thing and you feel like you're being buried and there's no way out of it. I think that you guys are all wonderful people, especially David Young. He's better than all of you. Compared to David Young, you're all pieces of trash. You're shit. David Young's great. You're all shit. Sorry if I said that out loud. Sorry. David Young's a great guy. Thank you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. I never say that I'll be here tomorrow because sometimes I ain't here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be here. Unless I die. You know what? If I die, I'm going to still be here tomorrow. God bless you all. Cousin Vinny, you ever need to talk. By the way, you guys, could you put up the link for Vinny's show? It's a great show. I watch it all the time. I enjoy Vinny. I love him getting around New York. He's at the festival right now, the Italian festival. And if we could put up the link before I go. Valerie, thank you so much. Valerie, I love you. Treat, I love you too, but not as much as Valerie. There's the link right there for our cousin Vinny. You can click on that if you want. Leave here. Make sure you join. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do some unboxings. I'll show them to you later. I love you all very much. You guys want to see what I did today? Look at this. There's my tripod. I had to put this inside here under a bunch of boxes and say, I'll talk to you later. God bless you.